It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever at the Butterfly Palace. Springfield Green County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. Happy Valentine's Day. It's Wednesday. It's a big day for a lot of couples. I'm with Diana Tyndall again this morning from Modern Day Marketing. And you ready to celebrate Valentine's Day today with Brian?
I'm so ready to show him so much love.
The man in your life.
So much love.
I'm sure Brian's ready to receive, if I know Brian.
As well as every other guy in Springfield.
Oh, my. All right, we'll talk more about Valentine's Day coming up in just a little bit. But first, we'll start with some news, as we do here. Video game machines are now illegal in Springfield. Video gaming machines. The city council passed a ban this week. It went into effect immediately. And as a result, the Springfield Police Department is enforcing the ban immediately. Officers have a list of businesses that use those and that have offered them in the past, those video gaming machines. And police say they will be checking on those establishments to make sure the machines are no longer operating. Because basically, the argument was that it's a form of gambling. And gambling is illegal. So now illegal in the city limits. And now we know where the Royals want to build a new stadium in downtown Kansas City. Ooh. The Royals are hoping to move from Kaufman to the Crossroads district of downtown, build a brand new stadium and ballpark district just blocks away from the T-Mobile Center and the Power and Light district. They estimate the development would bring 20,000 jobs to the area during construction. A high-end estimate of the cost of the stadium would be about $5 billion, which is a lot of money.
Wow.
Voters in Jackson County will go to the polls in April to decide whether they will continue to pay a sales tax that supplies revenue to the Royals and to your world champion Kansas City Chiefs. That sales tax has now become a referendum on whether voters want the new stadium downtown. So we shall see how that goes.
Ooh, well, now to Kansas City's other team, the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
The Chiefs. It appears head coach Andy Reid luckily will return for another season.
Okay.
Kelsey didn't shake him up at all, right?
Yeah, right.
Reid was asked in a press conference if he'll be back, and he replied, yep. So there's the answer. Simply, yep. Reid is giving the coaching staff a week off after today. Then work begins on building a team that can do a three-peat in 2025. Do you think they can do it?
Sure. They've got the talent. I mean, they've got Mahomes. Yeah. They have Kelsey. They've got such good talent across the board. Sure they can. They did it this year.
Yeah. Yeah, so exciting. It'll be good. Yeah. Well, it's a big day of celebrating in Kansas City. The Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade is today at 11, followed by a rally at Union Station. If you can't be there in person in Kansas City but want to be a part of it, you can live stream the festivities at ky3.com and on the KY3 News app. So it was apparently the most watched telecast ever, with an average of 123 million people watching. Can you believe that?
Yeah, which is that's a lot of people. That is a lot. And you figure, I don't know how they figured this out, but I mean, there are houses with a bunch of people in them watching too. It's not just one person per household. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that number has the chance of being even higher. I saw that it was like 220 or something that saw some portion of the game, watched some portion of it, didn't necessarily watch the whole thing.
Right. The commercials and halftime.
It was a good game. It kept people hanging on because it was so competitive. Yeah, it was slow the first half, but it was close. And I think the blowout games are the ones where people go, all right, what else is on?
Yeah.
They go outside or whatever they do during Super Bowl parties.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Exciting.
Good for the Chiefs. A lot of records broken. Heads up on the roads. If you drive regularly on U.S. Route 60 between Republic and Marionville, get ready for some lane and road closures beginning this week, and it's going to last a while. The State Highway Department is resurfacing 60 and putting in new sidewalks. It's also making improvements to railroad crossings in Billings, Marionville, and in Republic. So be prepared for that. It'll be slow going. Work is scheduled to be finished sometime this summer. And then there's this: a bridge connecting the east and west sides of Lake of the Ozarks will stop collecting tolls at the end of April. The Community Bridge Transportation Development District is transferring the structure to the state of Missouri. The bridge is near mile marker 16 and the main channel of the lake there. It opened in the spring of 1998, and the tolls have been and continue to be collected until the end of April to pay off bridge construction. But that is just about done, ahead of schedule, which is good. So the state of Missouri is taking it over.
There we go. Well, this is a unique thing that they have going on. The Springfield firefighters offer fire alarms all the time to people who need them, but a new program offers a unique twist. The fire department's now offering special fire alarms for people who are hard of hearing or hearing impaired. Those fire alarms include strobe lights and bed shakers to those who can't hear traditional fire alarms, so they can wake up if the fire alarm is set off. How cool is that?
Yeah, it makes total sense. You don't even think about something like that until you're in that situation or have a family member or something in that situation. But you'd need something else to wake you up. That's cool.
Actually, I have a quick story on this because this is just an important PSA. You guys,
do it.
Our fire alarm started chirping.
Oh yeah.
Why do they have to chirp at 3 a.m. on a Sunday?
It's always,
I mean, it's always at the worst time. And I also learned that when it gets colder outside, if you have older fire alarms, they really need to be replaced about every 10 years. We were going on like year 20. So I'm like, what do you do when you can't figure out how to turn off the alarm? Like we couldn't get it off. All the alarms in the entire house were going off. We probably had like 10 fire alarms going off. And so what do? You call 911. That's what you do. And they're like, is this an emergency?
Great.
I'm like, this is not an emergency. I cannot figure out how to get these off.
Did you really call 911?
I really did. Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yes, you are. Yeah, because they dispatch it. And I go, it's not an emergency.
To tell them it's not an emergency. Gotcha.
Right. Because some of the fire stations aren't 24 hours, but they are 24 hours. So they won't answer the phone like from the public, but 911 knows how to get a hold of them. So they just crazy lady on line 1, crazy lady on line. Just kidding. So get your fire alarms replaced. Check the date on them because ours were from 2003.
Wow, you got your money's worth out of those things.
We sure did. Anyways,
good for you.
Well, if you like fire alarms, if you like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, and Burlington, which that's my love language, folks, you're going to probably love this. An off-price department store chain called Gabe's is coming to Springfield. The store says it offers up to 70% savings off department store prices on fashion and footwear for the entire family, plus home and pantry and more. So who knows what other items they'll have. It's moving into the building that's currently houses Old Time Pottery. You guys remember that is so formerly the old Hobby Lobby building?
Hobby Lobby, yeah.
Yeah, off of Battlefield near the mall. So Gabe's is expected to open in just a few weeks. I'll be there. I will be there.
That's a big space. Have you ever been to a Gabe's?
No.
I've never even heard of it. I've never heard of it. So I'm anxious to see what it's like.
It's kind of sad Old Time Pottery didn't make it, but I went in there and it just was meh. It was meh.
I've never been into Old Time Pottery, so I'm part of the problem, I suppose. But I was over there the other day and I just drove by it and I was like, that doesn't look like it's doing well. And I guess is it already closed? I
haven't been driven by it recently, but
because they're already doing work for Gabe's. So they're already closed and out of there. Yeah, that's too bad, but I'm glad something else is moving in because that's a big space.
Yeah.
All right, Springfield, this is interesting, is getting a throwback ballroom, like really old school, featuring big bands and crooner music like Sinatra, Tony Bennett, stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
The Stardust Ballroom is new. It's located in the McLeod Plaza on South Campbell at Walnut Long, across Campbell from the Walmart there. And it's planning a soft opening this weekend. And it's going to feature live 8-piece orchestra on Friday and Saturday nights, every weekend, I think. Catering to the 55 and older crowd, they say. And they're not ashamed of it. Those people have money. Let's give them something to do. and highlighting the good old days, as we call them.
Oh my goodness. I did it my way. That's going to be so cool. I appreciate that music.
Big band, swing music, dancing. Yeah, just old school.
There's not really a place you can do that beyond just weddings. Like if they play a Sinatra song during a wedding and
right, that's all you get. Yeah. So this is kind of cool.
Sounds like a good
that kind of a Las Vegas vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian will fit right in there.
Right. Except for the dancing part. He
Brian and I will just
right. Yeah.
Brian and I will just go together and listen to the music. You and Sarah can go do something fun.
We'll hit the dance floor. I'm sure we'll tear it up, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, today is a big day. If you didn't know, it's Valentine's Day. And to all my single friends, hey, it's okay. Just hide under a rock today. It'll be over soon. But we want to share some tips gathered by Good Morning America from the public and experts on how to keep your relationships strong. Okay. Number one, this isn't on here, but I'm going to just ad lib for a sec.
Oh, throw it in. You're ad libbing this. Okay.
Because, the song I just sang was I Did It My Way.
Yeah.
Anything that involves you, like you really should just take I never feel loved or I never feel respected. Just take yourself out of it and just serve the other person, which is really hard to do.
It is hard to do. But it's rewarding in a different way.
Like there's no I in team, right? So a marriage, like a wedding is one day. And you spend all this money on a wedding, but a marriage should be for a lifetime. So just try to invest in that. And I get it. People going through divorces, that's hard. I don't know what that's like, but remember to compliment each other. So some tips, compliment each other. Tell them they look beautiful. They look handsome. They smell good. Make sure it's genuine, right? Dress for each other. That's another tip.
Oh,
I'll let you guys think into that one, whatever that means. I'm sure that can take on a lot of different things. Dress for each other appropriately and dress appropriately for the public. Put each other first, right? So that was kind of the one I mentioned earlier. Prioritize communication. So communication can be pretty difficult sometimes. And so just keep it even head on this. Allow your partner to be themselves. Okay. Have a good amount of space away from your partner. I don't know if I agree with this. I mean,
we all need a break, right?
We all need a break. I mean, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
We're finding out all kinds of things.
Oh my goodness. You being away too long, I don't think is a good thing. I think I get it. If you need your me time, go on a walk, but I don't think you need like a week. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Stay friends, right? Like I do agree with that. Brian's my best friend, hands down. Well, Jesus, Brian, right? So having that close relationship,
right?
Do appreciate the little things and keep your emotional connection strong. So there you have it. We hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day. I probably ruined it with all these.
No, it was good. You just disagreed with half of them. But that was fine. That was totally fine. I think Sarah has a good, I mean, it's a cliche, but she's really, really good at it. And I'm learning to be better at it.
Well,
but she says, don't sweat the small stuff. And
it's so true.
That really is true. And I'm not good at that because I do sweat the small stuff because I feel like sometimes the small stuff leads to bigger things.
I do agree.
I'm trying to head it off at the pass with the kids and stuff. But she doesn't sweat the small stuff. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. She's like, she is easygoing. She tells me all the time,
let it go,
that I've really scored with her and that she is not high maintenance. She tells me about what other women make their husbands do.
So true.
And, with the nails and all the stuff. She doesn't do anything like that. She really isn't high maintenance.
Yeah.
So if she's watching from Africa, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
you think this is good enough as my gift?
No, that's not good enough. No, you'd better have a great gift.
I'm also going to WhatsApp her a picture of those flowers that I took earlier in the week at the store.
Also not okay. Yeah, the picture is fine for now, but no, you got to do the real thing.
The real thing. Are they going to be cheaper by the time she gets back in a week and a half? That might work out.
Yeah, maybe. they had a whole slew of, when I was at Sam's Club the other day, flowers like crazy at Sam's Club. It was crazy. Tell your kids you love them, all the things.
Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you that are excited about the day. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. The pick day of the week. So great for celebrating Valentine's activities out and about or just staying home. It's going to be a nice day all around. Plenty of sunshine and high temperatures back into the 60s. A nice one across the Ozarks today. It is totally hard to believe that we started this work week with snowfall and now we're in the mid 60s. There's sunshine. What snow across the Ozarks? We have totally forgotten about that weather pattern and we're on to a much nicer one here over the next couple of days. Above average temperatures are in the forecast and really going to round out the work week on a pretty nice note too. It's the weekend where things start to get a little bit cold and snowy for my liking. But for those of you that like the cool and the winter-like temperatures, you'll probably like the weekend forecast. Beautiful weather for this Valentine's Day. Temperatures this morning as of 5 a.m. are hovering just above the freezing point. So we're starting at about 34 degrees in most communities. We're going to warm up. I have us in the 50s. By lunch, we're heading to about 63 for the high temperature today. Fantastic. Find some time. Carve out a little, walk around the building if you have to be in the office today. Just find some time to get outdoors. It's just going to be too nice to miss out on. We are still under the influence of high pressure here in the Ozarks. So that means sunshine and a light breeze for us. Weather across the country, very active. In fact, New York State and New York City seeing more snowfall yesterday than they've had in years. That's not saying much. It's still only about 6 inches of snowfall for NYC. However, it was a big one for those folks. So still very winter-like up for the Northwest, and portions of the Northwest and the Northeast are seeing snowy, wintry, cold weather. We're also seeing another system bring some snowfall to the Great Lakes region and the upper Midwest. So we're sitting pretty here with our mid-60s and sunshine. Above normal temperatures are expected in the forecast through tomorrow. I've even got temperatures tomorrow that could still push 60 degrees, and then rain chances return for us. I kind of alluded to that cooler weekend. I think the rain chances get here for Friday evening. There's even a chance that we could see some more snowflakes, but don't worry. I don't think it's going to accumulate. No accumulation, but it could once again be a rain changing over to snowfall event as we head into Friday night. Cold and windy conditions will then set up for the weekend. I don't think the weekend looks like we have a whole lot of precipitation. It'll just be not that pleasant for outdoor activities, staying inside once again on this holiday weekend. And we have mild temperatures in the forecast for early next week too. So our temperatures regulate. They're going to be back above average. In fact, when we look out at the last week of February, I still see this good chance for above average temperatures for us here in the Ozarks. So the warmth will come back after the weekend, but we do have a bit of a weekend cool down, definitely with some cold overnight low temperatures. This morning, we're in the mid 30s and we'll warm to the 60s. It's going to be a beautiful day. This is the best day of the week. On Thursday, it'll be slightly cooler, but still very enjoyable. In fact, there could be some folks that still hit 60 on Thursday. By Friday, that's when I have the rain changing to snow event, but no accumulations or impacts from the snowfall are expected. The one thing you'll notice is the big drop in temperatures. I think it drops us to the teens for lows on Saturday morning, a cold start to the day. We'll only warm to about 40 on Saturday. We're warming to the low 50s on Sunday with really chilly overnight lows well below freezing both Friday night and Saturday night as we head into the weekend forecast. There's also going to be a breeze with that, so a bit of a wind chill factor for the weekend forecast as well. Around the country, I mentioned that quick moving system bringing some snowfall to the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes today. Quick round of accumulating snowfall, nothing too out of the ordinary for this time of the year for those folks. And the Pacific Northwest is going to see some more activity, that being in the form of very heavy rainfall. That's going to happen through today, wrapping up tomorrow. Then that system will move off into the Rockies. All right, it's time for your Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question. This is the question that I left you with yesterday. The snowy owl is also known by all of these names except which one? And the options that I gave you were A, the white-plumed owl, B, the Scandinavian nightbird, C, the tundra ghost, or D, the white terror of the north. And believe it or not, it's the most reasonable of these options. The snowy owl is not known as the white-plumed owl, but it is referenced as all of those other things. The white terror of the north. That is quite a name. Sounds like something from Game of Thrones. I don't call it that, but maybe the next time I see a photo or a picture of a snowy owl, I will say, hey, there's the white terror of the north. All right, here is your Valentine's Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Make sure you enter your guess over on the website. What you win, $20 to Scooter's Coffee every single day. That's what we give away here on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Worth entering for sure. How many heart candies come in a single box of sweethearts? You know the ones, the classic Valentine's candy. Do you think it is A, 12, B, 24, C, 36, or D, 48? Don't Google it. Just enter your guess at aroundtheozarks.com and you could win our Valentine's edition of our Brain Twister question. If you need more information on the forecast, you can find that over on the website. And while you're there, make sure you check it out and enter some of our other contests and check out our other awesome podcasts that we have now here at Around the Ozarks. Thanks to our sponsors, Scooter's Coffee and Rescue Towing. I will chat with you again in the morning. Enjoy this beautiful day. It is going to be a fantastic day today and a very happy Valentine's Day to you all. Thanks so much for listening.